It's okay.
He's eating caramel.
He's eating caramel. Johnny's shuffling his cards.
We're all over the
place. I'm dancing to Sexual Healing Marvin Gaye.
Yep. I'm chatting with Sylvia because she got Johnny showed me this massive box and my jaw dropped. It hit the floor.
I'm about to show it again.
Look at that. I told Johnny, I said, Johnny, my fat ass shamelessly would eat that whole box in one sitting. I don't care if I got sick. That's my favorite candy in the world. Ferrero Rocher. It's the best. It's the best. Hands down. Hands down.
And Lucy's catnip is up in the garden. She had a nice walk earlier. We had snow yesterday. She was sitting in the window just grumbling, like, what is that?
So you guys are still getting really cold weather over there?
It's up and down, but I woke up and it was snowing, and I woke up because I heard Lucy sitting in the window on a little cat tree I have there. She's sitting there going, meow, 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 meow. And it's snowing like crazy.
It's been weird here because usually May and June are gloomy months. It's May gray, June gloom. Well, we're in April, and it has been, knock on wood, since the end of March through till today, it's been gloomy every single day. And I'm like, I love it. Just stay like that. From April through June, I don't care. And then a couple days ago, we actually got like real rain, you guys, like not like 2 drops of water. Or I'm always sending you guys pictures like, look, there's 2 drops of water. It's done raining. No, it actually poured rain for like 2 days straight. So I was like, oh my gosh, but now it's gone.
It's 39 here, so it's like cold. No rain.
We're in the 60s, but it's gloomy, and then there's like a really strong breeze that's coming off the ocean. So that's why I'm in like my robe, because I'm like, I just want to be all comfy. So
I should have put. Where's my taro blanket?
Hi, Peggy.
It ain't big enough. I got the like real blanket today because it is like very nippy in the house, but it's not cold enough to put heat on, but it's cold enough that you need a blanket of some sort.
Yeah. I'm over here with the fan on, and I'm just like, I'm trying to make myself cold.
Hey, Cappy's mom, happy birthday to all the other Aries out there.
Happy birthday. I saw Peggy in here earlier. Hi, Peggy. So do we have any special announcements? Do you guys want to?
Sacred Sounds of Coffee on Jody Roberts' channel tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central, so it's 11 Eastern, talking about the Fool's Journey. Mm-hmm. And if the tulips and the flowers that are starting to come up through the snow bloom, there'll be a Lucy walk later in the week, maybe.
Oh, fun. I just saw the comment that I need a comfy cozy. I do have a comfy cozy, but that thing's too warm, and I would be like cooking myself right now. I would get cooked. What about you, Johnny? Anything special for you coming up, or anything?
Yes, I have scheduled for tomorrow a diabetic coma that I will be enjoying.
Call me when you're doing it, or message me so I can watch and get jealous. Hey, what are those Tam Tams? What are those?
Tam Tams is a cookie. It's got chocolate. It's like, I think it's a chocolate with a biscuit because it's international. We call it cookie in the uncivilized country. It's a biscuit, and it's chocolate covered. It's got caramel in the middle, and then it's got chocolate on the end. Shh, microphone.
Rappers are, it's ASMR, you guys. Listen.
So Johnny and I have a sugar high already.
And so it's got caramel in the middle.
Oh, shut the front door right now.
It's chocolate and caramel, and it's
Johnny, I want to be in a diabetic coma with you. If I order it from Amazon right now, I'm not going to get it in time.
So that's what's coming. A little bit later tomorrow. Yeah, yay me.
He'll do a 15-hour live stream afterwards.
Like, yeah, know what I seen yesterday? I seen this yesterday. Yesterday was so fun. You're gonna see this yesterday because I seen it yesterday, so you're gonna see it yesterday. So, like way up here.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord, but I don't need no help for hyperactive, but
So that one's on Amazon too. Okay, so I'm gonna go on Amazon and order Tam Tams
In
and
the after show.
Hero shares. And I'm gonna I was telling Johnny and Jenny that I've been having to hide stashes of food up here because my brother-in-law moved in, and so they've been eating everything in the house. So if I buy something and I put it in the pantry, it disappears. And I was telling Johnny and Jenny, like last week I went to the store and I bought a jar of extra crunchy peanut butter because I like peanut butter and jelly, but extra crunchy. And I went into the pantry yesterday to get the peanut butter jar to make a sandwich. And the whole damn jar was empty.
And I put it back in the pantry.
I told you, take it to him and say, "What is this?" Tell me, what do you see? Because I don't see the same thing apparently. So
So I'm like, I am not going back down the hill. Damn it, I'm not doing it. So I've been like stashing stuff in the bookcase in there, like a kid, because I can't put anything in the kitchen. Anyways. Oh boy. So tonight, we gonna get petty, like real petty. If you are sensitive to cursing or bad language or other adult topics, please see yourself out. This is not the place for you. There's gonna be a lot of probably bad joke at the expense of Madison Cawthorn and everybody else.
I have been petty ever since he did his little interview. All week I have had my petty boots on ready for tonight.
So I hope you guys got your boots on. And I was telling Johnny and Jenny, I was like, and I will tell you guys here, I apologize in advance for any inappropriate dick jokes that may come out of my mouth. You never know, because I can't. But before we dive there, can we get the ugly, mucky stuff out of the way first?
Sure.
So that we can just kind of lighten it up. So
we've been laughing in the pre-show, so yeah, let's lighten it up some more.
So it's I don't know if you guys saw, I sent it to Jenny. There was a anti-abortion activist that was just recently arrested. And they found that she had the remains of fetuses in her house in coolers, like the coolers that you take to the park. How many did that article say how many, Jenny? Was it like 5 coolers or?
I forgot how many it said. There were several.
So yeah, she had several remains of fetuses. And I got so many questions about that. It's like, I don't even know where to start.
She's anti,
Yeah.
And yet she's got.
They're saying they found 5 fetuses. 5. So it's like, where did you get them? Why did you have them? Did you work alone? Who was helping you? Why?
And what state was she in? You guys in the chat, remind me. I forget what state she was in.
I don't remember the state either. I don't even think that screenshot that I sent you had the state on it. But you would think it'd be somewhere like Arizona or.
Exactly, but she was pro-life. Yeah.
Yeah, pro-life.
Because when someone's born, you put them automatically in a cooler. Apparently.
Yeah.
What was the first one? What were we looking at first?
They're saying Washington, D.C. In D.C. is where this happened. In D.C. I would have expected something like that from like one of these, like Arizona, Texas, or along the Bible Belt, but not Washington, D.C. I guess the first question would be, why did she have the fetuses?
Let's see.
No, now Sharon's saying Detroit, Michigan was the location. Why was she keeping the fetuses?
Good Lord.
It's a manipulation because she wants to change the laws and bring illumination on what they look like. It was an attention grabbing thing,
like a shock factor sort of thing.
To make everybody all emotional, to burden the families that had this completed, and anyone that supports abortion. It was a manipulation, and I get like she wants to change something tangible like the law, to show like she was going to share what they look like dead. I get, but it's an attention grabbing thing.
What? Here's a genius idea. I don't want abortion laws. Let me go get the fetuses
and show you
how
disgusting it is and stuff. It's
as if I'm not going to think you're the sick one for walking around with 5 dead babies in a cooler. Like
how does this make your point?
Like if this was dead old people in her house, like we'd all be like gross, and we're like gross on this too,
Yeah.
I don't get, because first thing always is, well, who's paying her for the, but there's no money here. There's a religious bent to this with the Hierophant, the Tower, and the Eight of Wands. She had some shocking messaging. Shocking. She has some shocking messages, but this does not need to be said. You don't need cards for it, but it does need to be said. She's not right in the head. Ace of Swords and Two of Pentacles. She may be bipolar at the least, but there is something else happening up here. She's off in the head, but this has some sort of religious bent to it too.
Interesting. So I get Tower, Letter, Bouquet, Lilies, and Scythe. She wants to show this as the results of the institution for something that has to do with surgery to stop it, to cut it off here. And then Tower, Bouquet, and Scythe. So this could be like the institution or governments or any large building. And then there's your cosmetic surgery. See what I'm saying? So it's like, and then with Letter and Lilies, that's like the law, historical records. Do you see what I'm saying? Old law. So yeah, like you guys were saying, to change the law, but I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's a health hazard having a decaying body around.
No, she's a health hazard.
She had it in a cooler, so I'm sure it was fine.
Want a beer? There's one in that cooler. No, it's over there in that cooler.
Next to the ham and cheese. Like, what the hell?
So here's my next question. How did she get them? How did she obtain them? Because it's like, I don't know what her job was, but how the hell did she get the fetuses?
Well, the girls are out tonight. Moderators, wrenches up.
I was going to take the restriction off the chat part a while ago when we did the thing. Mm-hmm. Then I forgot. But you can always put it on there if it becomes a distraction. Well, I mean, this, again, probably doesn't need to be said, but there is a secret friend, someone that she is in alliance with here, with the High Priestess and the Three of Pentacles. This person is represented by the devil, though. So they have absolutely no moral code, no moral standing, no morals, period, at all. Because even for shock value, let's say, for instance, we are of the same mind and you want to just be of shock value. This is still gross. This is still wrong. And anybody can see that. So you have to be a person who has zero caring whatsoever. And so they work in a place where this type of stuff either happens, either an abortion clinic or some sort of something to where, because this is not like a stillborn to where that person then claims it and then buries the child. No, this is something completely different. So this person works somewhere like this to where they would have access to just pass them out to people.
So maybe like at a university or something like that, or like some sort of medical place where, I mean, because at that point it's still considered, it would be considered waste, correct? But
unless it's claimed.
Because I asked how she got it. I got coffin, clover, and tower. This would be a box, and then this would be an opportunity or a chance at an institution. So, and this covers all large buildings. So this could be like a hospital. It could be a school, or somewhere where the waste is taken for proper disposal. But it's like she took it out of the box, and I get that she acted alone because this is isolation as well. So,
see, I get collaboration all over it. She's unbalanced, and there's somebody else that's unbalanced that wasn't accepting this and shared it with her. And I get like they're like someone who wanted to inflict pain on families that did this. So somebody who works like as a surgeon, so someone who performs them, hung on to them for her. And they're going to regret that now, because I mean, we should look at this like wherever she got him, is somebody else going to get in trouble? They were trying to cause anxiety for the mothers too. So, but there's collaboration here, and then trying to change the message about abortion. Trying to change the law, change the message.
Yeah, T, right. It was confirmed that those were indeed aborted fetuses. And when they found it, they took it back to the court and hauled her ass back to jail or prison or wherever the hell she's at.
She is in jail.
Damn. So what was the follow-up question? Will anybody else?
The person that she got them from, will anybody else get prosecuted?
Because I think it was the investigators that found it at her house. Because she got arrested for something, and then they went to her house, and that's when they found.
She found him. Somebody's saying she found him dumpster diving at a hospital, but somebody had to tell her they were there.
And I don't even think that they would, because of that. It's biological stuff. They don't just throw it in the dumpster.
They don't throw it in a dumpster. No,
there's a special procedure.
It's cremated.
So anybody else? Guess I shouldn't use these people in here.
Got my whistleblower card on the bottom.
Someone she works with. I won't necessarily say, because there's no court cards in this deck, but I won't necessarily say that it's a person she was in business with, even though this is a business transaction type card with the Two of Cups. But it's somebody she works with or somebody she knows, at least someone she's in league with. But the answer to the question, yes, somebody will be also called to the carpet for this too. it spells disaster for them too with the tower.
Maybe it's some sort of like an organization, because I get
My 10 of Pentacles fell out when I was shuffling, so
I get Key, Clover, and Power. Oh yeah, it's like she's part of like an institution, perhaps of like-minded people, or there's like an institution, a large building, an organization of these people. So I get a yes.
I get a yes too. I get there's a whistleblower on somebody she worked with that helped transport them. And it may even be somebody in her family that she's connected to. So like a doctor or somebody in her family. Somebody talks. Somebody definitely talks. Somebody is watching over who else is involved in this. I get a big yes. And it's like there is some sort of either corporation or hospital or something behind this, and here's the investigator coming in. So yeah, I get two people get charged.
Jesus, they're saying, I saw earlier someone, I didn't get the name, that they were saying that her and 8 other people were causing problems at an abortion clinic and got arrested. And then there was another comment in the chat here. Let me see. She and other pro-life people were attacking and invaded a clinic. It's like, how is this helping your cause? How is this helping your cause? I mean, it's like, for those of us that are against, the death penalty and barbaric ways of killing people, like, I don't know, the electric chair, does that mean I go into a prison, get somebody that's been fried and just haul them in somewhere like, this is what happens? Like, no, that's not.
Because then you look like the crazy person walking around with an electrified person.
Or the crazy person with fetuses in your cooler. Where you pack
like you can Google fetus and just show them pictures. You don't have to have an example in your like.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, she needs 8 medications times 10. Like, it's what in the world?
So that leads into our next question. Will the Senate pass the Women's Health Protection Act? The Women's Health Protection Act.
If it was full of women, they would.
Oh.
Maybe.
No, just put Viagra in there and then it'll
yeah. Okay. Lord. As is, clean bill, no. If you junkie it up, then possibly. Page of Swords, 5 of Wands, there's a delay, and it's politics is what's causing it. So, anything you can do to stall, because why get something done? Knight of Cups, 9 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. If some side can get their hopes and wishes fulfilled, then maybe. Like, if I can attach women's right to just be women, period, to guns in the schools, then sure, let me put that in there, and then I can say if I can vote for your bill if you vote for my garbage that I just added on there. But as a clean bill, I don't think so. As a messy one, sure.
I don't think it'll pass till after midterms. Is what I'm getting. I do think it will eventually, but like right now, it's stuck. It does get the strength card, and I get like after votes midterms, there's a shift, and it might surprise people. There's something about it, the women's power movement is how it's showing up here. They're gonna have to work together on this because there's something, to Johnny's point, like not as a clean bill because the Republicans are getting all emotional about it. So it's dead for now, but I get it gets offered up again. they return to this and get the votes. So I'm going to say after midterms, they'll get it through.
I get that it passes. When? I don't know. There were some suspicions or manipulations. There's something that needs to be finagled, but then it shines. So it says yes. I don't know when. I mean, it's like Handmaid's Tale. It's like, dude, that was a book, not a manual. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You jackass.
Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you, Joanne. So okay, Jenny, Ron DeSantis and Disney World. He's in a war with Mickey Mouse. What's going on with that?
Mickey Mouse, Goofy, all of them.
First Big Bird, now Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Big Bird.
He signed the "Don't Say Gay" bill, as they're calling it, because they don't want you teaching anything about gay children. Disney has said that they will no longer donate to any Republicans in Florida. They're not in support of this bill. They're trying to fight it also. And DeSantis is getting pissed off at Disney, who brings in a lot of tourists and employs a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess by
the way, I don't know if you saw it, the Florida Supreme Court knocked down their bill on voting rights.
What happened with that?
They said it was highly illegal, definitely messing with minorities and stuff. So their voting rights bill got knocked down by the Florida Supreme Court.
So I guess the question with Ron DeSantis and Disney is what should I ask? I'm not clear on which way to go. Like, how is this going to affect DeSantis? Is he going to have any effect? Like, I don't know what to ask.
Yeah, let's ask if it will affect DeSantis. And as Sienna Rose said, you can't say alligator without saying gay. So gators, Florida. Disney got a lot of heat from people, so they finally stepped up and said, okay, we're not in support of this bill.
But it's like, I guess better late than never, but you saw this train coming miles away. But hey, I'll take what we can get at this point. It's like they have nothing but disgusting, regressive culture wars that are designed to oppress and discriminate against people.
I guess DeSantis ends up getting stuck and blocked on this, like America taking it to a higher court to bring healing here, and I get it gets blown up. It doesn't hold.
I asked how would it affect him, and it starts with the hermit. So there is some isolation, but then again, he's isolated from those who are at no point going to go anywhere near him anyway. So big deal. But with those who he has ceded support with, the people who are like the Mike Pences of the world and your religious freedoms, he gets over big with them. Like, he still has a lot of support with those type of people because they're taking a stand for the Lord or whoever, the Lord of Flies, I suppose.
Because Jesus said, hate everybody.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was on the cliff notes of the Bible. I didn't read that one. I get for Disney, they're going to perhaps give access or support to somebody in a different direction. I don't know if he's got an opponent for the upcoming election or what, but
He does from the Democratic side. I don't know about from the Republican side, but
I would hope that they would have the consciousness to look and be like, oh, they're all bigots. Maybe we should stop completely, but
So since they voted down that voting rights bill down there that was so racist and awful, what does this mean for the Republicans in their state legislature that passed all this crap?
Okay.
In the midterms,
because it also affected the maps too. Like they struck down the redistricting maps and things too.
Mm-hmm. So, what was the question, Jenny? How does
it affect the Republicans?
How does what affect the Republicans
in the state legislature, not the federal, but the state?
But how does what affect the Republicans, though?
That this bill got knocked down, so they're going to have fairer elections. In other words, they can't be racist. So, will Republicans become the minority in the state legislature? I guess is my question. Vote them out.
There are a couple of people who are very secure. I don't know if they're like the heads of something, though. So these are not regular workers. These people have positions in places, like maybe committee chair here and a committee chair there type of thing. But a lot of people are going to experience some retracting of support, financial and vote, because I get the 6 of Pentacles, so that would be giving up the votes. And then the 4 of Pentacles, somebody's holding it back. The Knight of Swords causes a lot of chaos. So this actually, believe when I see it, caused a lot of disruption. A lot more than they thought it would, but we'll see. Florida ain't going blue, so I'm not even let that effluvia fall out my mouth, but we'll see. Stranger things have happened.
I get it constricts them. They're healing, and like even where the donors are donating money, it burdens their supporters. And I get they get thinner. Not as many elected because they look like a bunch of bullies and treacherous and corrupt.
Religious zealots.
We're gonna have to watch the votes really closely though, because I feel like there's gonna be some apparitions in the voting. In other words, they're gonna screw up something with the voting, but I get a bunch of them are gonna have to walk away. It's not good. People are done with them.
Mm-hmm. So I get ring, fish, and cross. It's going to affect them financially, perhaps with people that have promised to give funds. That's going to become painful. It may be painful for them to get people to give them money, and also for them to have majority or independence or be able to move freely. That becomes very difficult too, because this here is freedom and movement. And then it gets very difficult right here. So it's like, how can I say this? Making it difficult for people to not be able to move. See what I'm saying? Keep blocking people out of voting. Well, it comes back to block themselves, or not block themselves, but make it themselves harder for themselves, like shooting yourself in the foot, if that makes sense. But whatever. So the Kraken lawyer, Jenny, Sidney Powell, what's up with that?
Sidney Powell is now paying One-Eyed Stewart Rhodes legal bills.
Wait.
The Kraken is playing the mole's legal bills.
The one-eyed gopher. So, but
why?
Yeah, and she's about to have to pay Dominion 2-point-something billion. And you're gonna take, and you know damn well Trump didn't pay your ass. He don't pay his bills.
He did pay for his lawyer, and he didn't give him a pardon either. And I heard he's turning on Trump, although he still thinks the election was stolen.
Who, One-Eyed Stewie?
Yeah, One-Eyed Stewie. He's turning on Trump. He's disappointed he didn't give pardons, but he's
You didn't pay for one.
the election was stolen, which, you know, Sidney Powell, that's what she headed up, was, you know, stop the steal. So she's paying his legal bills. So how's that going to work for Sidney Powell?
People paying when I do legal bills.
Stewie Rhodes.
Good.
Right now, her court case with Dominion is still making its way, because the judge said, "Oh no, this case is going forward."
Mm-hmm.
So she still hasn't been like, "Hey, you have to do it." But the judge said it's going to move forward. So that
She
means
better have a lot of money, because she's got a lot of her own legal bills, you know, much less Stewie Rhodes.
And the American Bar Association is reviewing her and all the other lawyers to yank their licenses.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, you can't make that much money working at McDonald's to pay a $2 billion lawsuit.
She better get somewhere and sit down, because you're going to be on food stamps like the rest of us in about a minute or two once Dominion come take all your money.
I mean, for her to pay his legal bills, you know, he must have some dirt on her too. Like he's probably had a lot of conversations with her or something.
So here's what I did. 7 of Pentacles. This is an investment. She ain't just paying his bills because she like his eye patch. There's an
She wants to take some gun classes, Johnny. Some gun
I'm gonna give you this $20. Teach me how to dig tunnels. Like, no.
I need some landscaping at my house.
It's his farming card. So I mean, you know, there is this is an investment of some sort. The Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands. She is hoping to invoke the emotions of somebody. So I think she thinks she's being strategic and going around the back to get to the wrist type thing. Because there's messages in the devil. I think somebody does have some compromat as well. Somebody's messaging is blackmailish in a way too. With the devil and the Page of Wands, there's some news or some information that would be generic otherwise, but it can pinpoint a person to be in a certain spot at a certain time doing a certain thing they should not have been. So yeah, this is an investment, but I think it is meant to maybe keep something quiet.
She is definitely trying to put a muzzle on his face to match the eye patch. Definitely. There's something sneaky going on that affects her own security. He's got something held very close to his chest that she's worried will come up in the courts. And there's an agreement here. She wants him to be silent as a tomb and doesn't want him backstabbing her to investigators or lawyers. So yeah, that was her option. Let's put a muzzle on Stewie Rhodes.
I get the same thing. Storks, book, and ring. Keep your mouth shut, because that insurrection is linked to something that was happening in private, something that was secret. The project here, it's linked. It links. So it's like, okay, we're talking about a woman that thinks that China or whoever the hell was changing the voting machines. So clearly the elevator's stuck in the basement and it's flooded down there. You think that you're a genius criminal mastermind, that the FBI and everybody else and the NSA can't just pull your records and figure out what the hell you were doing anyway? And you're just going to admit the truth? What, Johnny? What?
I had a petty mental image, so never mind.
The petty mental image?
Oh Lord! When you say her the elevator stuck in the basement, I just picture her hitting like four, but she's in a phone booth and not an elevator. So it's like this won't move. Why won't it go up? somebody knock on the door, say, Superman, get out of there, please. Oh, I ain't got no sense, Jesus.
And you know what's funny, Johnny? She would totally do that too. That dumbass would be in a phone booth if she can find it. You're obsolete because she's in an elevator.
Poor. Oh my God. You don't have to say it out loud. Siri doesn't run the elevator.
He's paying his legal bills to keep him quiet. So will it come out in the investigation, the link?
Oh, Lord.
She probably had one of those burner phones that none of them know anything about, too.
Oh, my God.
Trump didn't know what a burner phone was, my ass.
Meanwhile, he said it, what was it? The speech, he said it 4 times or something like that.
Yeah.
I get a yes. It comes out. Metadata, technology, something, it comes out.
Somebody's isolated with the hermit or somebody's looking. Investigations. Problem is the situation is bigger than the people who take the fall. And so you may get somebody here with the Ace of Pentacles, somebody who is paid to be sort of center of attention or prominent. And Knight of Wands and the 7 of Wands investigations, they do move forward. You do get a little bit to the higher ground. However, again, this problem is bigger than where they stopped. So eventually they will get to a person and then that'll be it. But it's a web. Always is.
Mm-hmm.
I get a big yes, and it's like a strategy. So, those that had the agreement and everything and how things were structured, like her paying for his legal bills, it's going to come out in communication and text messaging and that kind of stuff. Phone records is what I'm getting. That changes everything and puts her in defense mode. But I get a investigator finds like a lot of lies and everything, and the connection between them, they're going to regret it because, again, it comes out through messages. So he'll probably try to look to lighten his sentence by giving up the lady that paid for his legal fees.
I see Deb Marsh is saying Stewart dropped a handgun and shot himself in the face. You don't want to go there because every time we talk about how Stewie Rhodes, one-eyed Stewie, was teaching a gun safety course and shot out his own eye, Johnny loses his damn mind.
I'm going to dress Lucy up as one-eyed Stewie Rhodes. Match. Right, Lucy?
I just can't, dude. That's God laughing at your ass. Right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
You want to be a little more.
No, poor Lucy, don't do that to her. Poor little Lucy. She doesn't want to be one-eyed Stewie.
Worst teacher.
Smarter than one-eyed Stewie. She would never shoot herself in the eye.
Yeah, they worry about teaching kids in school about being gay or transgender, but they have teachers that teach gun safety that shoot their own eyes.
Who was the tarot newbie sent me a video of a man. He was in the classroom with the kids and shot himself in the leg and was like, oh, y'all all right? No, you ain't all right. What you mean? Oh, we are. Yes, I'm fine.
And this, kids, is why we don't play with guns.
Yes.
That's all you need.
Like the Lord have mercy.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Oh.
One-eyed Stewie. So here's another thing. And I don't know if you know more about it, Jenny.
Let's be pirates for a day.
Oh, wait, when's National Pirates Day? Isn't that in September? We'll all dress up as Stewie Rhodes.
Is it really a thing? Hold on.
Yeah, Pirates Day, because a company I used to work for, we would all dress up as pirates on Pirates Day.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, it is. Monday, September 19th is National International.
So Sunday the 18th, we'll have to all wear eye patches.
Yeah, it says International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Talk like a pirate.
It was a thing on Facebook where they used to change all the words on Facebook to pirate speak.
Oh man, I'm gonna go brush up on my pirate speak because all I know is what I hear. What's his face from 21 Jump Street that does the Disney movie?
Yeah,
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Johnny somebody.
Johnny Depp.
Captain Jack Sparrow. Mm-hmm. Favorite best pirate ever.
I'm writing that on my September calendar for Sunday the 18th. Pirates Day.
Actually, I'll just.
You did say petty boots. Everybody got them on. I swear. I swear to God, everybody got them on today.
I'll just put on my Old Navy uniform because technically I was a pirate. I went on a boat and we did stuff. So sailor, pirate, same thing. So I saw something. I'm still not watching the news. But I saw something on the YouTube from MSNBC. Did Trump just recently ask Putin for help?
Mm-hmm. Apparently.
What happened? Did he ask
I didn't watch it. I just watched everybody's reaction to it.
Trump asked Putin for help to get info on Hunter Biden's laptop. Like everybody, Matt Gaetz sat there in a damn hearing and held up this jump drive, like flash drive, like he's got the records. Everybody claims they've got what was on Hunter Biden's laptop, but nobody shows anything. It's like, you freaking liars. All they're doing is lying and trying to.
So he's asking.
He's asking
last week
a terrorist dictator who's invading another country to give us stuff on our president.
Because Putin's currently getting his ass kicked in the Ukraine. He's going to be like, oh, yes.
Yeah, I got lots of time to work on that for you.
Thank you for calling Vladimir Putin's sausage house world. What is that? I don't know English. The smallest home of the smallest sausage in Moscow. Hello. Oh, Donald. Yes, you want Hunter Biden's laptop? No, sausage. Small sausage for you. Oh. Yes. Small
Where's
sausage.
Melania? Where's Melania?
Donald, he give you small sausage. Donald, I got small Vladimir sausage to floss teeth.
Because here's my thing.
Let me stop the war. Let me stop the invasion.
Yeah. For a Hunter Biden who isn't president. Because that's going to do what? Make Biden look bad? You have to.
Dude, I swear to God, the last shit he took, he shit out the last bit of brain cell he had left in his fucking head. It's gone.
There was also a thing on their news where they were saying we need to help Trump get reelected in Russia. In Russia, the all these higher ups and stuff that work under.
Well, let him go be president of Russia.
It's like they want to help him get elected again. It's like, okay, so they just admitted they helped him the first time, which is all the Mueller report.
Jesus Christ.
So
means you
Russia
probably had
is sitting there on their
electors
state
the first
TV.
time.
Yes, Russia's sitting there on state TV saying, we're going to do it again because we need Trump back in there.
What they really need to do is go look for fake electors in the first election, because he did not win the popular vote. He won the electoral college. And so that's all he really needed, was to win in certain places that had the electoral votes that he would need. So, yeah, that's why all the readers in the beginning were saying he was the illegitimate president. That's probably why.
And I know he's DJing at Mar-a-Lago, flashing weddings and shit. But did the idiot forget that his little buddy invaded a sovereign nation? He's a little bit too busy getting his ass kicked to send you the laptop. Oh my God.
And you probably don't need to ask him for favors since you still owe him money.
And you lost the election, dumbass.
You made me
Better
look
off
bad.
trying to get one-eyed Stewart Rhodes elected.
I helped you cheat. We literally threw people's votes in the trash and you still lost.
Yep.
And you still need help from me? I gave you all the help in the world and you still lost.
Threw people's votes in the trash, tried to have fake electors, slowed down the mail, slowed down the goddamn mail, had the Republicans in the House and the Senate. He did everything. He did everything, and he still lost. But hey, sent the
voting places. Shut people's voting places down, and
get rid of the mailboxes so people can't drop it off.
Mm-hmm.
Had dead people voting for Trump too.
I mean, this is a bad skit from Saturday Night Live or The Onion. Like,
this is the kind of entertainment in hell, I guess.
Except I'm not there to run it. So
Yes.
You're gonna be busy, Becca.
I know. I'm looking forward to it. I set my resume. I'm waiting for an interview. So I want to know, like, what does Putin think of Trump asking him for the laptop? What does he think of Trump? Thank you for calling Vladimir Sausage House, home of the smallest sausage in Moscow. I'm sorry I cannot take your call right now. I'm getting my ass kicked in the Ukraine.
I mean,
I'm sitting
Trump
at my
got it too,
20-foot
so-
long table.
Trump got it too. That is the place you go for small dick energy. So if you're gonna get it from anywhere, get it from Vladimir Putin.
The sausage is so small you can floss your teeth.
Donald, sorry, I don't have Hunter Biden's laptop, but I do have a PP tape.
I have tape of Donald Trump with prostitutes.
With little mushroom and PP.
Small mushroom, you need microscope to see.
There's definitely fungus in his pants. If it ain't nobody else. Beard fungus.
What does Putin think of Trump?
Temperance, Four of Pentacles, and the Hermit. He's preoccupied. He's preoccupied. This is not what this card says, but if you put them together, the Hermit and the Four of Pentacles. The Hermit is isolation. The Four of Pentacles is fear of loss sometimes. So there's kind of like Vladimir sitting in the closet with like guard dogs, 2 guns, 18 swords. Like he's very paranoid and he ain't really got time for...
And a vial of poison.
Yeah, he ain't got no time for Donald Trump. It's like, I don't see it here. He's trying to stay calm.
I get he doesn't think about Trump. He thinks about Melania, and he thinks about this card that has this little phallic symbol in the middle. Like he thinks of her, making love with the little bitty mushroom thing.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? It would be like a mosquito, or a gnat.
He gets a lot of pleasure out of that.
All she wanted was a kid. She'd be all right.
You know how
This
the
sperm had to swim a long way with that little mushroom.
the sperm drowned. Oh, I get that. He thinks he's just whacked out of his goddamn mind. And next time, let it go to voicemail. I'm not answering you. He's got him on caller ID, and he blocks the number.
Oh, Gary Foster, like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. You and Pam. Like Jesus Christ.
A long hallway, not a little one. Johnny's under the blanket.
We going all to hell. Everybody on the bus at the same time. Miss Frizzle is driving. We all going.
We all going to hell.
And we haven't even gotten to what was cracking us
Oh.
up.
Madison Cawthorn.
Margarita Mondays, Taco Tuesdays, Whiskey Wednesdays, Torture Thursdays, Fry 'em Fridays. We're going to have a blast in hell, you guys.
Oh, my God.
So since we're on the dick jokes, like I said at the beginning of the stream, if you're sensitive, see your way out. I have no class. I am not ashamed.
I ain't Mother Teresa either, so.
I'm not Mother Teresa. You can take the girl out the Navy, but you can't take the Navy out the girl. It's like dirty now. Since we're on the dick jokes, take it away, Jenny. Take it away.
And a little bit of pussycat.
What's up, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my God.
So
Don't get me started on the fishy, itchy kitty, Jen. Like,
Not
you, Lucy, not you. You're not a fishy. I need to take my robe off. Hold on, I'm getting cooked. I can't stop. This is ridiculous.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I'm officially derailed. Did Johnny fall down? Johnny! I'll call you a cab.
Wait a minute.
Do you need me to call you a cab?
Oh, I need you to call me an angel. I need miracles right now.
Maybe
Maybe a stretcher.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. My life came undone right there.
Oh, Johnny.
Oh.
Yes, Johnny did fall off the chair. He was under the table. All of us are going to hell, y'all. All you in the chat.
I don't know why that's so funny, but it's I tell you, dude, okay, this is okay. I'm sorry for being uncouth. I really am. Tell y'all a little story. Well, I was 13. I was at the bus stop, right? Well, okay. I went home that day and told my parents. I don't know why I meant to tell them or had to tell them. I guess it's just one of them things, what happened in your day type of thing. And they fell out just like I did. Both off the bed, rolled to the floor. I said, I was standing behind this girl today and she smelled like fish. I was 13.
Johnny, what the? Fishy, itchy kitty, baby. Do not put that on a t-shirt. Do not put that on a t-shirt.
They fell out. And they fell out and fell out. And I had no idea why. I had no idea. But they couldn't get it together for a good 35 minutes.
Like us.
I didn't know. I didn't know what was happening. I'm like, what the heck is so funny?
And you're 13 years old, so you're probably thinking, well, maybe she was out fishing or something.
I just said it kind of by the way, because it ain't like we was talking about her. We don't know who she was. I was standing behind this girl today, and she smelled like fish, and they was gone.
Can't say some of the damnedest things.
And they was gone. They didn't know what to say until a whole hour later. Then my father, the one, told me, and then my mother was gone. She had to see that everything was gone. And he was like, son, she didn't wash herself. That's all. I said, okay. I still know that me.
Your dad said that. So she didn't wash herself.
She didn't wash herself.
So let's segue here. Do any Republicans have some issues with fishy, itchy kitties? Because Madison Cawthorn says yes.
So, okay, so tell us the story, Jenny. Tell us the story.
Well, he was on Warrior Poet podcast, which is a right-wing podcast, and said that he had been invited to some very special parties where they were sniffing and snorting and
Eating powdered donuts,
using their little bitty mushrooms.
their tiny mushrooms after pumping it full of Viagra.
Yeah, and he said by people he had always looked up to. So he implied older Congress people. He was like people in Congress that he had looked up to. So that also implies Republican, right? So the next day, Mitch McConnell rushes all the Republicans except Cawthorn into a private meeting, and the next thing you know, he's telling, Kevin McCarthy, you got to go talk to Cawthorn. So then Kevin McCarthy says, oh, he was exaggerating. Now, Cawthorn hasn't said anything, but McCarthy claims he was exaggerating. We know he's a liar, but why did the Republicans get so panicked? There must be some truth to this a little bit.
And for you guys in the chat, when we were talking about this in the pre-show, my head was spinning because I was like, wait, Mitch McConnell, not Mitch McConnell, the Grim Reaper himself,
rushed a meeting.
In. I was like,
you don't see him rush a meeting over Trump or anything, no, but Cawthorn talking about all these special parties and stuff.
Nope. Talk about cocaine,
Marvin Gaye.
Talk about some cocaine and some fishy itchy kitties, and all of a sudden it's it's an emergency.
It's a fish fry.
Oh my God. Fish and chips. Tuesdays.
And, I was telling Becca beforehand, a lot of these Congress people share houses, to save expenses because they have a home in their state where they live, unless you're like Hawthorne and don't live in the state you live, you're elected for. Or like Mark Meadows, who lives in a supposed trailer down in North Carolina. But they share housing a lot of times, in DC to cut expenses. So is there some truth behind what Cawthorn said about these parties?
The first question is, was Cawthorn telling the truth about the
being invited to special parties?
Was Cawthorn telling the truth?
I initially thought he's getting a divorce from his wife of 8 months, and he's in a wheelchair, and he's just trying to get out there that I was invited to these kind of sex parties, so I can still get it up. Like that was my first thought until McConnell rushes everybody into a meeting, and I'm like, okay, there might be some truth to this.
Was this tape old?
No,
it just came out.
Came out Monday.
No, I mean that came out Monday. Did he do that podcast a long time ago?
I don't think so.
Recent. It was just recent.
All blew up.
It looked like, because he had the backwards cap and all of it, because it looked like this is something he may have done when he first. But he's first year. He's a freshman though, right?
He's a freshman.
Okay,
and he's up for re-election.
Gotcha. Okay. Is there some truth to it? Yeah. Now, mind you. Short story. I know a person who went to work for someone in office at the time. Now, the person I knew who worked for these people, babyface, like they looked legitimate 13, right? They were invited to one of these type of places to go and have a. So here's how sometimes it happens. You go and they have like a fundraiser. And everybody's mingling and talking and blah, blah, blah. And then the party starts to thin out. And then the people you look up to, your mentors, tell you to hang out because they want you to meet all the people there is to meet, the movers and the shakers. And then next thing you know, the party thins out till it's like 6 or 7 people. Those are the people that are going to stay, and they want you to stay too. So, yeah, there is...
Damn, dude. I'm just grossed out. Like, I can't imagine these old, nasty, disgusting, misogynistic, wrinkly, saggy white men with their saggy freaking balls just.
No. I told you when I worked at the grocery store in Mississippi, I got invited to the hunting camp a lot of times, and as always, it's older white men. It's like 6 or 7 of them. I don't know if that's a magic number or not. They would come in the store, and they have a hunting camp in the woods or the mountains or the wherever, and they come in, they go buy groceries, and they're taking them because they're going on a retreat to the hunting camp. Anywhere you see a whole bunch of men and ain't no women nowhere, hunting camp or not. And so I was invited once or twice or 3 times. And when you look at me, nothing about me says I want to go hunting, first of all. Second of all, why are you going to a hunting camp and you buying meat at the grocery store? So it's just like red flag, red flag, red flag. Like, no, thank you. I don't like hunting, and y'all probably don't either.
Oh,
But no, yeah, there is. I won't show that card, but yes, there is some truth to it. I don't know why I hold it up and didn't show it to you, but I'll show y'all after this because I had a very odd joke in my head.
Tell it now, please. Tell it now.
I get he was backstabbing and bullying, and he knows about, like they want him to go quiet as a tomb, but he knows about like the women. He knows about trips also, plans that went into effect. There was a conversation inviting him, the young liar, into the party. So I get it's a yes. I get I get all these men. So here's your hunting camp, Johnny. I get the devil and all collaborating together on this. So,
and let me just say for the record,
they're all friends.
Let me say for the record. Now, if that show get down with it. I ain't passing judgment. I'm just saying.
And here's the thing. Here's where I'm a pass judgment because I ain't Mother Teresa. And I'm currently applying for the job as Satan. You mean to tell me you all are over here rolling back women's rights to where you can't have abortions? Hell, we don't even want you to have contraceptives. But when we dial you up to come over here and stick our dirty ass 2-inch, actually, that's generous, our 2-centimeter old saggy fucking dicks that need Viagra so we can have our fun times, then it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fucking gross. Like we're not. We're here for their playthings. That's what pisses me off. But I get yes. There's an agreement between a group of men that meet and negotiate relationships. Man, ring, birds.
It's a whole ring of them. So, next question.
Thank you, Margaret.
Yes, 2 centimeters, and that's being generous too, right there, Kat.
Because like having these group parties, nothing illegal about that, except that he did make cocaine allegations. So that's illegal in DC. Like DC had their mayor thrown in jail because he did cocaine, so will there be an investigation on this?
So remember the guy in, what was it, Florida?
Oh,
the guy black dude who was in the room with the prostitutes and the cocaine? This is what happens.
Wait, are we talking Greenberg or a different guy?
No, the guy that ran against
the black guy.
The guy that ran against the Satan.
Oh.
And he was on the news with his wife and telling how, he was going through this and going through that and so forth and so forth. Which, okay, fine. But this as an example as this happens.
So what was the question, Jenny?
So will there be an investigation into this? Because there was some illegal activity going on, according to Cawthorn.
I think there's a new
Gilliam. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Lori.
Oh, I remember now. Thank you, Lori. Andrew Gilliam. Yeah.
Gilliam.
Well, I do get the Queen of Swords. This is in somebody's crawl to want to do something. The 8 of Wands. So you may have some speeches or talks or something about this, or somebody wants to do something. The Ace of Wands, the new action, the new creation. So they want to do something. However, even though it's not the same, but just take the premise of it. It's the same as insider trading. We don't want to put laws on ourselves because these people with these shared expenses, they're all millionaires. They can buy 2 houses, first of all. But
10 houses, Johnny.
you don't, certain things are understood. And I've been around enough sexually experimental people to know that when things are understood, you leave them alone. And the devil in the 3 of Cups, there's your party and celebration, and the devil, your debauchery. Madison Cawthorn's problem, or the problem they had with Madison Cawthorn, as he said it out.
Yeah, because nobody said a goddamn thing about Matt Gaetz.
Because that was an accusation. He said this out loud himself.
And remember, Matt Gaetz stood on the floor of the Senate sharing pictures of
nobody
with people.
And
So
nobody said a goddamn thing.
and nobody said a thing because apparently that's what Republicans do is share.
And keep that in mind too, that he felt comfortable enough to do this
To everybody.
at work, not to mention the halls of Congress. So this is an understood thing that this just happens.
It's a club. And here's the thing: if anybody in the real world did some shit like that, your ass would be fired so quick. So quick for sexual harassment or whatever, misconduct. You would be on your ass that day. But hey, this is Congress. It's the privileged white man's circle. Hey, look at the picture of the 13-year-old I banged yesterday. It's just Tuesday. It's just Tuesday for them.
So I get something new's going to come out of this, something somebody's holding close to their chest. It's like it's a tower moment for the Republican Party, because it's backstabbing some people in your own party. But I get the Republicans may use this to help them get elected, because it's getting a lot of attention. So I feel like I don't see an investigation or anything. But I do feel like they may, get some votes shifted towards Democrats because people are talking about it.
But hey, no abortions, no rights to contraceptives. You're just there for us to wet our dicks. I get, if anything, it might perhaps go to some sort of ethics board. Maybe. But that takes a long time. I get woman, house, and then Lily's. So this could be like some sort of a small board of ethics or something like that with the entourage. But there's 2 men here and a woman. So I don't know.
So I want to know if Cawthorn will give up any names.
Well, can we ask this first? Did he go to any of them?
Okay.
And will he give up any names?
Did Cawthorn attend any sex parties?
Because he clutched his pearls like he was offended, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But everybody's high-fiving Matt Gaetz until it came out and then he became a pariah. And Marjorie Taylor Greene over there with her QAnon quackery to save the children. But hey, that's totally okay.
Well, Cawthorn was known for molesting women when he was in college before he dropped out. So he's got that reputation and he's a liar. So, of course, that's the kind of person you're going to invite to a party like that.
Mm-hmm. So long as you're white, we don't care. So did he go to any sex parties?
My party card fell out. Putting it back. We'll see if it comes out again.
I'm telling you, Johnny, we need to push him down a hill and let him play Mario.
We need a little race between him and Abbott.
Yeah, Mario
Kart. Damn it.
Are we going to play the little song? Ding, ding.
Get him on a hill, wait for a strong wind. He might could do it. He's got the jock upper body. Abbott, he'd know. Call the priest. He's gone. Right into traffic he goes.
Mario Kart. Did Madison attend sex parties?
No, but Not the in terms that he was talking about, but he has been places and things here with the Sun and the Knight of Wands. Let you into my programming debauchery. The Knight of Wands is my card for relations, adult relations, because it's the Knight and the Wand. So there you go. But I start with the Tower. So there's no, as far as like the cocaine parties, but there is something different because I get the King of Wands to where he has been invited places by a man that is a mentor or a prominent man, and they have gone places together. But these in Congress parties with the older echelon, I get no. But I believe yes.
You know, wasn't Cawthorn like one of didn't he do some trip overseas one time over something? I can't remember what
he went to Russia.
He was one of those?
Ego thing.
He was one of those that went to Russia on the 4th of July?
No, he went to Russia on his own.
On his own one time.
To go gamble or something like that.
That's going to be the next question. I get he acted like he was higher moral authority. I'm all innocent and feeling burdened by you doing this. It's interesting because I get King of Wands too. But I get he has been aggressive with women, and I get he has paid for women. And he has done some traveling with like a bunch of people with money. Yeah, didn't he meet like with oligarchs or something? I can't remember what it was. Well, his wife is Russian. That's where he met his wife at a party, or was soon to be ex-wife, I should say.
Talk about a honeypot.
Yeah, the 8-month marriage.
Talk about a honeypot. I get initially he may have been blocked, but then perhaps he found a way in or had direction with someone that's a bit of a Casanova. So I don't know if that's Gates or who, or but it's a celebrity and very passionate lover.
Maybe he didn't want to be with the old farts like Grassley and them. And he wanted to be with the younger ones.
I mean, though, because if you're going to be invited to a party and you look around and that's all you see, yeah, I'll pass.
Oh my gosh. But I mean, okay, this is going to sound horrible, but fuck it, because he's a terrible human being. He's just as bad. You're in a room full of 70-year-olds that have to take a bottle of Viagra just to get a stiff dick that are probably 2 pump chumps anyways, and you're the dude in the wheelchair with a grain of salt between your ears for a brain. So
everybody's got a little handicap today.
I mean,
so, the PP tape, when I've read on it, I've always gotten, yes, it exists. We've got 8 Republicans that flew over on July 4th in 2018 to Moscow. We've got Matthew Cawthorn, who went over there and met his wife, and comes back with money to get elected and a bride for 8 months. So are the 8 that went to Russia July 4th? So you're talking about like Ron Johnson, Andy Biggs, John Kennedy from Louisiana. I can't even remember all their names. Are these 8 a part of this ring that Cawthorn is alleging exists? Because we had some fun parties in Russia.
And there's a man on YouTube.
The hip waiters, definitely. Oh, thank you, lucky girl. The list.
I get it. I get it. Yes, ma'am. This is the first card I drew, and I was like, Becca, go ahead and keep pulling. And I got woman. Then I got lilies. Oh yes.
Old men and women.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, they got an invitation to come over. I start out with a big old yes and crossed by another big yes. And I get they were trapped in some unusual positions. So there might be some
Bondage, BDSM
video of them having some little get-togethers.
I can see like who did you say was there? I can see like a Kennedy or somebody like that being into.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's his Ron Johnson from Wisconsin?
Oh, definitely Ron Johnson. Definitely Ron Johnson.
I have to scroll back up to Lucky Girls list. Hovind, Johnson, Jerry Moran, John Thune, Shelby, and Steve Daines.
But see, here's the thing.
One woman.
That's your get down. That's your get down. It happens behind closed doors. That's nobody's business. However, since you want to poke at everybody else, I'm going to drag your ass through the dirt all day, every day, because you have no shame in doing that to everybody else.
So, did you go, Johnny?
I get 4 out of 8. That's my answer.
Okay. Because there was one woman also. That was the cover, right? They took a woman with them. One woman.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they took one female senator with them.
So that's probably the woman I was picking up on, because I got Key, woman, and Lily's. Ooh, so that's
so all these Congress people that hated Trump flipped so fast when he came in and were all up his butt. Was Trump aware of these little parties? Did he have compromise? Did he get like compromise on them so that he could keep them in line? And if so, did it come from Putin? Did he provide them with some information and compromise? Because why else would Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz and all these guys that hated him before be so up his butt?
Now, see here, I'm gonna say this. Y'all want to get kinky, you can get kinky. I don't care. But it's like, if y'all need some help, I got plenty of books. I can show you where to go. You know what I mean? Because we know all y'all ain't pleasuring the women. You can't tell me that any woman that you can't tell me Melania is walking out of there with weak knees every time she gets poked by Mr. Tiny Testicles mushroom, Mm-mm.
I get a yes that Trump was aware. I get like he knew he had the information. He had asked the right questions. Somebody shared something tangible with him, connected to the government. These people connected to the government, and he bullied them with it. He backstabbed them, bullied them, made them come together, come to Jesus meeting. Big yes card on that. They were trapped, stuck. And I get like all these kind of surprising things with women.
What'd you get, Johnny? Fishy, itchy kitty?
Thank you, Marby. I get yes and no. It starts with the moon. And to me, it's like there's information on these people. Donald Trump doesn't know where to find it. He ain't start Googling, and he ain't got no map quest of these people's life and all that. But somebody does. And somebody is connected to whoever helped him get elected. Like, let's say, for instance, is Vladimir Putin knows all their business. Not saying he does, but let's say he does.
Because remember, he hacked both the DNC and the RNC's bills.
And so what Putin could then do is then send a little message to these people and say, I know what you did last summer, and so does Donald Trump. Now, he probably really doesn't, or doesn't care, or doesn't know what to do with it, but you're going to be loyal to him. Do you hear me? And that's kind of how I feel. I get the Ace of Swords, so there is some information, there's some clarity, some truth was revealed through this moon, and then there's the World. So it has been shared. 7 of Wands there in order to get somebody to a higher ground. So you have to be loyal to Donald Trump because he knows your business, even if he doesn't know what to do with it. I gave it to him, and so all I got to do is coach him on what to do. Slip out this little story because he knows all the tabloids. Slip out this little story, go to this little place, go to whatever, or do a rally and say, don't vote for John Doe because X, Y, and Z.
It's incredible. I asked, did he know about the sex parties? Oh, yes, he did. Shopping, important affairs. Somebody was shopping. Somebody was shopping. There's money here. There's transactions, very important affairs. So yeah, he knew about the sex parties. But here's where I'm curious. Why did Mitch McConnell call the emergency meeting? Part 1, and then I'm going to follow up with a different question. So why did McConnell call the emergency meeting?
About Cawthorn?
Yeah, yes. About the sex parties and the dope.
And Twitter blew up immediately as soon as Cawthorn's thing aired.
I wonder, I mean, that sounds so horrible.
What?
I mean, it doesn't sound, well.
Say it, Johnny.
Yeah. I wonder if they had some sort of, I mean, you don't have to have it that way, but I wonder if they had some sort of fetish about sleeping with the person in a wheelchair type thing. Like
the women?
All the people who invited him to the party.
Oh.
Because, I mean, okay. Here's the thing, too. All the people that invited him to the party did not want to go see him sleep with another woman. Like, I'm just saying.
Do you want to see all those old saggy balls?
It'd be different if it's like it was for men and then for women.
Remember that SNL skit on sweaty balls?
I've never seen. I know they got the ice cream because of it, but I've never seen.
No, but this reminds me of is god dang South Park. I told you they've been watching South Park down there every day. And that one episode with the chef where he's singing about the old saggy chocolate covered balls. That's all I can. He's like, suck on my salty chocolate covered balls.
Oh, good God.
That's the shit from South Park. I'm like, what the hell are you watching? Why are they watching that every day? They're watching that goddamn show.
Because it's a man on YouTube who is in a wheelchair, and he and his wife, they documented their journey to having a baby.
Uh-huh.
And so they can have regular sex like, somebody not in a wheelchair. So I wonder if that's the reason they invited him, because why else would you, other than him just being, well, they do prey on the freshmen too. So I guess that's why too.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it was like a hazing thing too.
Ain't no telling. But I guarantee you the ratio of men to women in that room was not equal.
Whatever women were there were being passed around like a party favor.
6 of Cups is the first card. This is the freshman. Page of Swords and Strength. It was because of somebody new. Somebody new. 4 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles, giving you orders that you did not want. So make sure you go out and you tell everybody the unspoken rules, because when Donald Trump got elected is when we all sort of became aware of everything's not written down. Some things were just understood. And I seen it on Bill Maher back in the day, where there's a movie about a football team that hired a donkey to be their field goal kicker. And it wasn't against the rules, but a horse or a donkey kicks harder and farther than a person. So they hired him. But some things were just unspoken. So Madison Cawthorn, shh, That's
Shut your mouth.
be like Ashley Madison Cawthorn. Keep this a secret.
That's interesting.
I get healing. That's why McConnell called the meeting. It's like, oh, this is treachery, and these are the seeds we planted, right? This is what we're waiting on the harvest to come. Sneakiness involved here. He's trying to cover it up, trying to move forward, move on. But there's, and wrap it up, make it done. But I get there's a steady, there's going to be something else coming out about it. It's slow moving, but it's steady. They are trying to walk away from Cawthorn, and trying to act like, oh, he's just naive and innocent and a loser or whatever. But there is fighting in the ranks, and everybody's wondering, like, are you in it? Are you in it? Are you in the ring? It's they'll end up having a change of leadership, I get, over this.
Bye-bye, McCarthy.
Bye-bye, McCarthy. There'll be some that'll be investigated and put in defense mode, and there'll be a lot of talk going around.
Remember how Donald Trump stood at the podium and said, China or Russia, if you have her emails, ladies, if you took pictures, leak them, honey. Leak them. We would all love to see.
And you got to know they were probably, paying for the women. They weren't finding nice girls on the corner,
No,
they
no.
had to. And as far as I know, in West Virginia or Virginia, prostitution is still illegal.
Yeah, and these are the same men that want to suppress women and sex work. You're not going to get rid of it. You're not. So at least legalize it and regulate it so that there's safety for the women that do that.
Yeah.
But they're happy to abuse it. So I get chaos and big problems in a relationship because of male and the results of sex that they're trying to keep secret. Ring mirrors over to whip, a sexual relationship, and also ongoing routine arguments as well, and routine abuses as well. There's a lot of hesitation and doubt, a lot of problems about the messaging, and they're trying to keep that shit under wraps because they know, they have knowledge. So I would say, based off of this, or they're wanting to keep certain people quiet here. This is King of Clubs. This is Jack of Clubs. So maybe, but it shows a circle, a union. See what I'm saying? So sexual relationships, routine abuse, routine fighting and arguing, that's chaotic, and the results are going to disrupt something, a project, a secret, and they're also trying to keep it shut your mouth. So
it's interesting that Clarence Thomas, who has been controversial since he sexually harassed what's her name, Hill.
Yeah.
So interesting, they appoint abusive men, to the Supreme Court, and yet they're doing similar things and stuff.
It's misogyny. So
Can I ask a petty question?
Fuck the
we haven't already asked petty questions.
Because Marie mentions his name, so I shall ask this since nobody likes him. Did they offer this to Ted Cruz? If yes, why? If no, why not?
Did they offer Ted Cruz to go to the sex party?
Come to the party.
Remember, even Snowflake doesn't like him.
Yes.
Did they invite Ted Cruz to the sex parties? Exactly, Sunflower, the good old boys club.
Yes.
What pisses me off is how they are trying so desperately to take all the rights away from women, but they're openly abusing them. Oh, not openly. Doing it in the shadows and telling them to shut up.
Women and gays, because let me tell you, everybody in that room was not having sex with that woman.
Lindsey Graham.
Already got in trouble in DC.
For the male escorts.
He was, I do believe.
So did
male
Ted
escorts,
Cruz get invited to the sex parties?
Ted Cruz.
Get invited to the sex parties. Did Ted Cruz. I'm invited to the secretary. No. Perhaps he was desiring someone younger, or there was a desire, a passion that was younger, but no. Doubt, confusion, hesitation. So maybe they thought, that guy's trouble, he'll run his goddamn mouth or something like that.
That's what I get.
But it shows that there's a desire for something younger here, though. So maybe
He's too old.
no, I'm not saying minors. Well, child is child. I can't change that.
Well, like Madison Cawthorn, he's younger.
Babyface.
So someone perhaps women that are younger. So, he's what, 50s?
Or men that are younger too.
But he's what, in his 50s? So a 20-year-old, 18-year-old, 19-year-old, legal, but still younger, Yeah. And he would run his mouth.
I get he's had invitations, but not to this. It's like he's gaslit. So like they changed their mind on involving him. I get they're like, no, somebody newer. But I get that, there's a separation between Ted and everybody else. And
he likes him.
They backstab him and they think he grandstands stuff for attention. So
nobody likes him. What'd you get, Johnny?
Same thing. 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords. No. I think he would shed too much light on the situation or be indignant or something of that nature. Because mind you, outside of the donut powder, we're not talking about anything illegal. Just in the eyes of the Family Values Party, it seems immoral.
Bullshit.
So well, here's who I want to know about, because remember, he was in Congress before he was our VP. Thank you, Miss Lady. Mike Pence. Was that fly on your head because you had some stinky smell on you?
God, can you imagine? That would be a wet fish on a cold day, and not even a 2-pump chump, Jenny. That would be just like, is it over? Okay, thanks.
Because here's the thing. Because so many people over the years we've been doing this live streams have gotten offended, but you were given the disclaimer before we started that everybody has speculated that Mike Pence is very gay, and he is the one that prompted me to remember the hunting camp stories, because all those men look like him, every single last one, and he is very repressed, but only when we see him.
Yep.
And so he's been to a few, well, I wouldn't say he's been to a few parties, but he definitely has a Brokeback Mountain friend somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
and this is what I don't understand.
And
he appears to be the type that not only wants to suppress and oppress everybody else, but he fights so hard to suppress and oppress himself. Like he would deny himself.
We had the Pray the Gay Away groups in Ohio or wherever he was from, Indiana, I forget. There's nothing wrong with being gay, but being closeted and suppressing others' right to be gay.
Lindsey Graham,
Mike Pence.
Mm-hmm. That's what pisses me off. You want to hate yourself all day, every day, but don't force that on somebody else, and then have the balls to go after transgender children who are already under enough shit. So now they're going to have mental health issues to deal with depression and anxiety and suicidal tendencies and all this other shit because you can't decide if you want to be top or bottom, catcher or freaking pitcher. Who cares? The only person judging you is you, because God doesn't care. So what's the question, Johnny?
Mike Pence. Was he involved in the ring before he became VP?
Mike in the ring.
Because this ring's been around a while.
because mind you, I do get it. So you can't. Well, we can, and I am, and I do, but you can't tell, Graham and Pence to come out and not knowing if somebody's going to be there for them and that type of thing. I ain't saying you have to come out. I'm saying quit oppressing people.
Quit oppressing people.
That's what I'm saying.
And here's the thing. My biological father, his first marriage, my older brother, half brother, older, he was like, I want to say he was like 12, 13 years older than me, was homosexual. He was gay. And my family treated him like the black sheep, misogynistic, machismo, and Catholic on top of it. So, he passed away in the 80s or early 90s from he had gotten AIDS. And even when he died, they were just like, he was disowned, because he was gay. And that's your own goddamn blood, dude. You know what I mean? Like it's gross to me that, because I've seen it in my own family. It's disgusting. It's disgusting to me.
I get sneaky things he got away with, a big fat yes. Doing some mysterious things, and I think there was somebody he might have been in love with, that he was very, very connected to.
Lindsey Graham.
A man.
Lindsey Graham.
I get his marriage is a lie.
Lindsey Graham.
He can do better than Lindsey Graham, I would think.
They're bunkmates. They're bunkmates, Johnny.
Lindsey Graham, his skin is bad because he drinks too much. I get no on the party. Well, I don't actually get the party, so I can't really say no. I get the tower and the work. So I think as he was VP, I would still say no. But he has somebody that he has known a very long time. And the woman thing, like Jen said, that's a lie. But his marriage is, and I feel bad for his wife.
It's just
I feel bad for any woman get with any man and she ain't being anyway.
I don't
But
know her.
there's somebody he's known for a very long time that he is just head over heels with. But so I think he has a LTR, as the children would say, with some man from back in the day.
I don't feel bad for his wife because his wife is just a political conniving opportunist herself. So
yeah,
I don't feel bad for you. I get no, but he's not exactly being honest about who he's faithful and loyal to. This right here would tell me that there's a new lover that's male.
The writer is young and athletic to it.
But he was photographed, down in New Orleans before they won the election with a younger man.
Mm-hmm.
He has a pool boy and no pool.
What's his name from Kentucky that hand delivered the letter from Trump to Putin? What's his,
I almost said Nunes, but it wasn't Nunes. It was the guy with the little fat face.
His
guy
dad was a senator at one time. Y'all help us out. Not McConnell, the other one.
Huh?
Got a blank.
No, that's what I was thinking of, wasn't it?
He went running over to Russia.
No, I was thinking of somebody else because Nunes went to him with information.
Nunes went to Firtash in Austria. Rand Paul.
Oh,
Thank you.
So what happened with Rand Paul?
He went running over to Russia and hand delivered a letter from Trump to Putin. So I'm curious, is he in the ring? I'm suspicious of anybody that met with the oligarchs in, like Firtash in Austria, or anybody that ran over to Russia.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Rancid Paul's more like it.
No, he wants money and power, but he's not getting that either. Powerful energy or financial energy, and then ending our closure. No. Nope. Yes, I agree. Rand Paul is a douchebag. or how the French would say "assoilé" with an extra side of motherfucker. Okay, like
I didn't know with the Tower. High Priestess, Four of Pentacles. This is financial, secretive financial.
Yeah, I get he ran over there to work with Russia for Trump. It was a power move and financial, but I get he likes to party with younger people, so he's not a part of the ring. And I get, again, younger people. So he might be a Matt Gaetz type.
They're just so gross. I love it how they like to point their fingers at people and hide behind the Bible and Jesus, and then they're the ones being the most disgusting people of all. Okay, so moving on from the sacks, now we're going to make fun of the other closeted person who's also a piece of shit, Jared Kushner.
Oh, God.
Yes, with his perfectly manicured eyebrows, like
Barbie himself.
Like Auntie Lena calls him, with his perfectly manicured brows that cost more than his wife's facials or whatever Lena says about it.
Enough Botox to kill a cat.
Yeah, I mean, his face don't move. It's like, I mean, damn, I wonder if he goes to the same person Melania goes to.
He's the walking picture of Dorian Gray. He's just...
He's been taxidermied, I think. He'll stay that way forever.
So I guess he went to speak to the committee last week.
Yeah, he testified last week.
So can we start with can we ask if he provided, how do I word this? Was his testimony helpful to the committee?
Right before he went, it came out that there was 7 hours missing from the call logs from the White House. So,
really,
it was Jared Kushner's testimony to the committee
on January 6th. 7 hours missing on January 6th. Oh, I'm dropping cards everywhere.
They're eager to speak.
Something was earth-shattering.
Three of Pentacles. So there would be some sort of collaborative effort. Queen of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles, Strength, and Eight of Cups. We actually I've done this question already in a little study group we do for learning tarot. And we all kind of got the same answer too, that I think he said something without knowing he said it, to where he gave information that he thought was generic, but it was what they were looking for, or it at the very least alluded to what they were looking for. So I think he was trying to be, without saying I plead the fifth, he was trying to be generic, but didn't quite accomplish that.
I get the same.
Kind of like how he's so smart that when he found out that COVID was around, it's only going to affect the blue states, leave alone. Yeah, that's how the party is, I
get the same thing. He was trying to be cautious, but something he said betrayed the family, all those celebrities in the family, and in particular, Ivanka and her dad. There's something about that. There's something corrupt about the people he was working with that day. But he gave up something that was what they were looking for.
I got Scythe, Key, and Heart. He answered something about what was desired. So there's the decision, the rupture, the danger, the answer, and then the desire, the passion. So if this is the attack or the weapons or the danger that was there, he answered on what was desired about it.
So it's kind of like Peter Navarro, like, we were doing that, what they call it, the Green Bay sweep or whatever they claimed. And it's like, what you just described as a coup. It's kind of like that. It's like
I was amazed that Peter Navarro, the guy that interviewed on Ari Melber, and he just admitted to everything on TV. I get it. It was not under oath. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how this stuff works, but in my brain, I would think when they take him to court, they can take that interview and ask him the same questions because you already freaking answered. So now you're either lying to the public or you're lying to the court.
They played it in the committee meeting where they were deciding who else they were going to hold it in contempt.
And these are the smartest people. Dear God. No wonder
let me get on a left-leaning TV show and brag about what crimes we committed.
And what a genius idea it was to have fake electors. And now all the fake electors are being round up and arrested. Should have thought about that, dumbasses. I mean, can we ask about the lady? One last question before we run off to the funny questions. The lady, the fake elector that got arrested that you said was kicking like a mule. Get your hands off me! Get your hands I don't know how many other fake electors have been arrested.
They're investigating them all. I don't know.
But they
if any others have been indicted yet. I think in Michigan they've indicted all of them.
But did they arrest her because she gave them access to the voters' information? Like, why was she arrested specifically?
Oh, that was the one in Colorado. Hang on.
Yes, she was the secretary of whatever for the elections
in the district of Lauren Boebert.
And she was giving people access to the voter rolls and all that other stuff. So basically handing out people's private information.
Yeah.
A bunch of other shit that she was doing. So she got arrested. But so
the fake electors, I don't think anybody's been arrested yet for the fake electors.
So, well, they're rounding them up. Pamela is saying she was arrested because she gave away a password.
Yeah, she was giving people access to the voters' information, like their private information.
Yep. That's what Peggy's saying too. She was a lady from Colorado that was giving away voter information. So with all these other, I saw on the news or on Twitter from a reliable source, because it had the blue check mark, not just some person on Twitter, that was saying something about Merrick Garland is already starting with grand juries for these fake electors. Are any of them shitting their pants? Because we saw video on the news when the fake electors showed up trying to overturn the election, and the cop was like, the electors are
coming in here. Yeah.
And you were like, but we're the real electors. He's like, no, you're not. So thank God the cop knew what was going, So for the fake electors, like, what's going to happen to them?
And they're linking them up to the Kraken too. And Giuliani and all them.
You stupid. I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. When Spanky McSpankerton, Captain Douchebag, is down there in Florida crashing wedding parties and driving around on his golf course, and you all sitting in jail and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on court fees and lawyer fees. Hope it was worth it.
I'm getting that they think, like, look at us, celebrated Republicans, that tried to manipulate the election. I'm getting that they think they're going to walk off scot-free, but they're not going to. They've got some agreement with a woman, so that's probably Kraken lady. They think they're going to get off, but I get like major charges coming out, payoffs, things that they tried to do with the votes, and I think they're going to get indicted. Ace of Swords. So I don't know why they think they're going to get off scot-free.
Captain Douchebag, Peggy. Captain Douchebag. That's Trump.
I get first 5 of Cups and Queen of Swords. There's a lot of regret. and the legal system is now involved. Of course, they don't like such a thing, but hey. But I do get that they feel confident with the Lovers and the Four of Pentacles that somebody has a fail-safe for them. They were probably told at the beginning of this, hey, do this. Well, what if I get caught? But don't worry about it. This, and this is in place. You'll be fine.
Yeah. And if anything happens, I'll pardon you. Oops.
And meanwhile, you were probably told, don't worry about it by a Giuliani, a person who has no right to tell you don't worry about something. But there's the World and the Seven of Wands and the Four of Wands. They are going to be pleading with the court. They are going to try to maybe pull in a bigger picture here with the World card. There's going to be a rude awakening to the error of their ways. It ends in the Page of Swords. Very negative news is coming their way. Bad news. This whole thing with the Lovers and the Four of Pentacles is not a reality. So whoever told you it's going to be okay lied to you big time. Now, mind you, they didn't plan on telling you the truth because they wanted you to commit a crime. So it's kind of like you tell the terrorists, blow yourself up and you go to heaven. That's not how that works. And so, Page of Swords. Yes, they're all going to. I'll say all, but I'm going to say all going to get in trouble. There are going to be some pleading with the courts, though. So they're going to find out this is not what we thought it was.
Mm-hmm. And what baffles me is the logic. It's okay for us to do this. Okay, so then by that logic, Kamala Harris can do the same damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then watch their heads explode. You can't do that! Why not? You all did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the theory you guys, the legal fuckery you guys were trying to push through. So let's do it, I get that they're going to suffer a lot and they're going to perhaps beg for some sort of mercy. And some may plead the fifth. But it's solid. It's their suffering and what they say and what they ask for mercy or whatever grows. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. You all were cool with sending brown and black people to jail because Black Lives Matter and they're terrorists, but you all trying to overthrow an election and all of a sudden, please, I didn't mean to do nothing. You can't send me to jail. I'm a white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes and a good job. I can't go to jail.
I was touring the Capitol. Yes, Sure you were.
Or like, did you see the video of the girl that got pepper sprayed in the face by the cops? And they caught her on video and audio saying that, why are the cops doing this to me? We're not Black Lives Matter. At the insurrection. Do you see what I'm saying? And then, yeah.
One of the insurrectionists got sentenced to over 4 years last week. So they're they're coming up on some steeper, because he was armed. So they gave him a stiffer sentence.
Yeah, because all the other ones are getting slaps on the wrist, like the girl the blonde hair, the one that was bragging, the one that took the private jet and was bragging about how she's not going to go to jail because she's blonde and has a good job and money. And then she spent a couple of months in jail. And then she was like, oh, I'm just going to do yoga and this, that, and the other thing. It's a slap on the wrist. She's going to be doing the same goddamn thing. It's like they should have thrown the book at these people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a damn if it's a first offender. All you got to do is rile them up again and they'll do it again. So anyways, our last and final question, because we're going to be petty and we want to leave you on a very petty note, because I have to show you guys, you have to get the card, the membership card to be on this channel. The petty bit. It's my membership card. So our funny question for the evening comes from Jenny.
Because I'm vice chairman of Petty Bitch Club.
Yes. I'm the president. Jenny's vice president. And Johnny, you're vice president of the Petty. So Jenny wanted to know, okay, again, if you're sensitive, get out of here. But how many Republicans have had to go to the hospital for taking way too much Viagra?
From their little parties.
Okay, Okay, have you seen that movie Something About Mary? Where he zips up his prom trousers and it goes over his balls and his
So we have definitely gone petty, ultra petty tonight.
As we were supposed to.
All this trash needs to get voted out. It is just unbelievable.
Okay, so how many? See, Renee knows what's up, Frank and Beans.
I don't know how you can read on all this trash and not get petty, because it's just gross and disgusting.
Keep your spirits high. Why not?
Republicans have had to go to the hospital for taking too much bad.
Oh, there's the ambulance or the car, getting in the car. Drive me over there.
Okay.
What?
I thought I saw something I didn't see. I had to look at it again. Okay.
Frank and Beans. Frank and Beans.
I don't get a lot. I think here with the Knight of Cups, that would be your romance and wit and charm and so forth and so forth. There's the Magician. I think they have mastered Viagra at this point.
They have the emergency kit in their body.
Which is what I thought this was. At first glance, I'm like, wait, what is in her hand? They're ink pens.
Emergency kit.
But I think at this point, because they've had much practice, they have mastered it by now.
Yeah, I get lying about a circulatory issue, and trying to create chaos around what was going on. I don't know what do they do do they stick you to like drain fluid, getting stuck?
Oh my gosh! Now I'm thinking of that show with the vampires on HBO. What the hell is the name of it?
True Blood.
True Blood, when he takes too much V and then he has to go to the hospital to get it drained because it's.
Yeah, I'm getting like getting stuck with something, getting it drained, kind of thing. I'm getting 2 to 3 here that regretted taking so much medication before their little love fest here and trying to manipulate, their prowess. I'm getting 2 or 3. I get the rest of them like could go home, like no problem. Could walk straight, so to speak.
I can't. I just get one. I get one. They are functional Viagra abusers. I mean, and it's still, I bet you they're still 2 pump chumps, They couldn't please a woman with directions and instructions. So.
And both are available. I mean, you have no excuse.
So I guess that's it for us tonight. We're a little bit over, I think 3 minutes, but thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jenny and Johnny, because we got petty as shit tonight. Fishy kitchen.
Beyond hell.
Make sure you download the schedule. Margarita.
How could you not, with the news that keeps coming out on these guys? How can you not get petty?
Taco Tuesdays, Whiskey Wednesdays, Torture Thursdays, Fry 'em Fridays. What's Saturday, Johnny?
Just remember, if you need to get to the right floor, don't take the phone booth.
Don't take the phone. This is not Back to the Future.
Maybe Saturdays when you give them a itchy kitty party. Let them get STDs.
That phrase, I just
itchy kitty. Don't put that on a t-shirt and wear it around.
Traumatized 13-year-old Johnny when you say such a thing.
So next week, next Sunday, we shall be on Mr. Johnny's channel.
Oh, Lord.
our sweet little Johnny. And I am going to go on Amazon and order my fat ass that ginormous box of Ferrero Rocher and those Tam Tams. And I'm going to eat that whole thing in one sitting when it gets here. And that's not a lie. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you all to all the moderators for the wrenching. You guys are awesome. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.